welcome. So I thought I would battle this robot rated 1800 and see what happens. Been doing chess puzzles for a long time. Haven't been playing very many games, and I need to get back to playing live people again, and I will. Okay, and my opponent has an isolated pawn on the d file, and I realize I can be brought into check very soon. Thinking about going to d4 with my knight. Bring my bishop into the game, put a hard pin. Yeah. I think I made some poor choice. Okay, so now the pawn's no longer isolated. My opponent captured towards the center. I think I made some mistakes there with that. Yeah. I'm gonna live dangerous, try something. I don't know, that's the fun thing about these bots is, you can always try things. This is not working out in my favor though. But it's a good learning experience. But I'm definitely screwing up this opening, if that's what you want to call it. Yeah, let's see what I can do here. I got some pieces lined up, that's good. I didn't think the robot would just let me take that bishop, but e-file is open and I got two major pieces lined up on it, so I need to get my minor pieces out there. I hate that, that's my fault, those two pawns. And I've got, now that I hit record, I got a dog that wants on my lap and a neighbor mowing their yard, and anything else that can possibly make noise. And that's the way it goes sometimes. Just do the queen exchange. I don't know. Bring my bishop to d5. It's probably going to defend with one. Yeah. Going to defend that with the rook. Got to get this knight in the action. Can't just hang out and watch the game. That'd be cool, but I feel like I'm still paying the piper for messing up that opening. 1800 for me is a tough bot. I usually can beat an 1800 bot, but I have to keep my pencil sharp, keep my wits about me, blah, blah, blah. I'm hoping this winter, if you follow my automotive channel, I've been doing a lot of automotive stuff. I'm hoping this winter to get back into playing live people. I had my ELO in the 1400s before, and I lost it. And this winter I'm looking to reclaim that again. And we'll see. Use my king to defend that knight. Get both my rooks in the game. I know my rook's under attack, but yeah. Do a check first and see. I like putting that relative pin on that bishop in the 8th rank. I'm starting to second guess if that was a mistake, if I should have just took the D pawn instead of doing all this. Does that make me +1? Yeah. Both got one minor piece, both got 2 major pieces. I have one more pawn. Towards the end game, usually all things being equal, you want your king in the middle of the board working, not just hanging out in the corner tucked away. Gotta work. So my opponent has a dark square bishop, so I try to take note of that, and I try to keep my king off of the dark squares just as a rule of thumb. Something that I always keep my eye out for. And what have ye? And so this is getting down to a pretty tight game, pretty evened up. What does this move? 31. And so we both have dark squared bishops. If I get that C rook, the C8 rook, the rook on the 8th rank out of the way, I can do a check on D6. Swing over, pick up that pawn, maybe. Sorry, that pawn being the A pawn. Maybe. Let me think about this. I hope the sound is okay. I'm supposed to have background noise canceling, but it is fall time, and neighbors with lawnmowers and leaf blowers, and good Lord. At 1800, I'm always just cautious, you know. Was that really a free pawn? Let me think about this. But here's where not being on a dark square pays dividends, in my opinion. because I don't have to worry about suddenly, you know, I'm being checked or something. So, you know, the nice thing about having pawns on both sides of the board, and my opponent does not, is that king cannot hop around everywhere. And so, you know, it's nice to try to push the pawns, especially when they're connected, like the A and the B pawn are. Gives me future ideas to maybe stair step them up and promote, hopefully. Uh, this is, I feel like this is a tight game. Just making sure that's a free pawn, that being the G7. Again, you know, I feel like my opponent has the dark square bishop. I'm staying on a light square. You know, this G7, is that really a free pawn? I mean, at 1800, I question everything. These 1800 bots are killer, in my opinion. My B pawn covers the, you know, the C3 squares. What am I going to say? But geez, I'm wondering if the H pawn can be a free pawn as well. Trying to. I hope you stick around to the end. I'm going to review this game, win, lose, or draw. I'm just going to real quick see. I'll do a bishop exchange. I feel like I want to do the check first. The check on h5. I mean, I know the bishop exchange would be a check as well, but I'm talking about the h5 check. Should I do it first? Yeah, there's no escaping. There's no, because it has to be dealt with. And I'll do the exchange. And I'll see if I can save my A pawn. This thing isn't over yet. You'd be surprised how many games where I've been ahead and should have won and royally screwed it up. You'd be surprised how well I could do it, screwing things up. I can do a pretty good job of that. Okay, so, oh boy. Now it is free to take my A pawn. Usually, in the end game, you want your major piece under your pawn and then promote the pawn up. Right now, I'm having trouble getting my major piece under a pawn, so I'm going to have to go about this a little bit of another way here. I'm afraid to go to f4. I don't want to leave the f pawn. I hate not going towards the center of the board, but I gotta. So that pawn is pinned. So make sure there's nothing I could do. Yeah, so it can't retake. If I push my G pawn, it cannot retake in the current situation. Okay. Oh. Big mistake. Yeah, don't put your king in front of a piece like that. Okay, now proper play should close this out, but like I say, I can screw things up pretty good. So I'm just going to create a box and make it smaller and smaller for my opponent. And now I can sit there all day just like this and promote. Now, my opponent's going to be going for a stalemate, so I have to... nothing's more frustrating when you should be winning a game and it gets thrown into a stalemate. So always make sure your opponent has a square to go to before you try to close something out. You know, if I promote... Right now, if I promote the H-pawn, does my opponent have a square to go to? And yes, they do. So... again, I'm just making sure because I know my opponent's going for that stalemate. And so, okay, now it's trapped on the 8th rank. Let's close this out. Not taking any chances. You know, and now they can go wherever they want. Doesn't matter. And then that's it. All right, so tough game, tough bot. That's a lot of fun. Love these. I'll make more videos with the 1800s. I just made one with the 1500, and I made some back-to-back mistakes. I did recover, but barely. I won by the just barely won. And so let's take a look at the stats here. I'll move my recording thing over.
Way to finish off the game, accurately converting your endgame advantage into a win.
Look at the numbers real quick. And I already know I messed up the beginning, the intro, the opening. And okay. Yeah, I just want to go through this quick. Yeah, that was
recap.
That's the fun thing about playing these bots is, you know, you can try these different things. Zero pressure. That's how you learn. Blah blah blah. Some of my moves were kind of sloppy. Yeah. So.
Always feels nice to win.
Yeah, there it is. So, hey, thanks for hanging with me. If you've made it this long, thank you very much. And as always, have a great day. I appreciate you watching. Cheers.